Okay, let's just get this out of the way. The biggest lie in modern C++ is that std.move moves anything.
It doesn't at all.
Okay.
It generates 0 lines of assembly.
0. And yet, so many developers still picture this moving truck in their head hauling bytes around memory.
And that mental model is dangerous. You think you're optimizing, but you're actually triggering spurious copies, and suddenly your performance is back in C++ 98.
So if it's not a moving truck, what is it? I've heard it called a permission slip.
That's the perfect analogy. Technically, std.move is just a static cast. That's it. It takes an old value.
Something with a name and a stable address.
Right, and it casts it to an rvalue reference, an X value, which basically tells the compiler, this thing is about to expire.
So you're not touching the object, you're just changing its label. You're saying, hey, compiler, I'm done with this, you can cannibalize it.
Exactly. You are giving it permission. But the compiler only acts on that permission if, and this is the key, if a suitable overload exists.
Let's make this concrete. A std.vector that owns a big chunk of memory on the heap.
Perfect example. If you copy that vector, you're triggering a deep copy.
Which means a new memory allocation.
And then copying every single element, one by one. A linear time operation. It can be incredibly slow.
Okay, so now I apply std.move to that same vector.
Now the compiler sees it not as a normal vector, but as an expiring one in X value. And that changes everything. It looks for a different function to call.
It finds the move constructor, the one that takes a t and n.
And inside that constructor, that's where the move happens. But it's not what you think. It's just a pointer swap.
The new vector just steals the pointer to the heap block from the old one.
Steals the pointer, the size, the capacity. Then it sets the old vector's pointers to null so its destructor doesn't do a double free.
3 integer assignments, constant time. Doesn't matter if it's 10 elements or 10 million.
Precisely. And the call to std.move itself, gone. Vanished from the assembly. The only work being done is inside that move constructor.
This is the mental model shift then. It's not data transfer, it's overload resolution. You're just giving the compiler a hint to pick a different, faster function.
And that's exactly where the Const Trap gets people. It's the most common bug I see with this.
Okay, lay it out. I have a const std.vector and I call std.move on it. What happens?
You get a const value. But think about what a move does. It has to modify the source object, right?
It has to null out the pointers.
And you can't modify a const object, so the compiler sees your const or value, looks at the move constructor, which is a non-const unit, and says, nope, can't bind to that.
So what does it do? Fail to compile?
Worse. It silently falls back to the next best thing, the copy constructor.
So my code, which explicitly says move, is actually doing a full, expensive, deep copy behind my back.
Yes, because std.move is a request, not a command. Correctness always wins.
That is just silent and deadly for performance. What about exception safety? Is there a similar trap?
There is. When std.vector has to reallocate, it wants to move your objects to the new memory block. But what if your move constructor could throw an exception halfway through?
You'd have a corrupted vector. Some elements moved, some not.
A disaster.
Yeah.
So std.vector makes a deal. It will only use your move constructor if you promise it won't throw by marking it noexcept.
And if it's not noexcept?
It plays it safe. It falls back to copying every single element to maintain the strong exception guarantee. Another silent performance killer.
It really is all about contracts with the compiler. Last thing, what's actually left in the source object after a move?
The standard just says it's in a valid but unspecified state. You can safely destroy it or assign a new value to it. But don't assume it's empty unless the documentation for that specific type says so.
So the takeaway is this. std.move is a cast. If you're using it to optimize, you must check 2 things. Your object isn't const, and its move operations are noexcept.
Otherwise, you're just copying with more typing. And honestly, look up the rule of 0. The best move operations are often the ones you don't write at all.
This conversation is AI generated from technical documentation and conference talks, not AI slop, but curated research synthesis.